This is your weekly IUP News TV bulletin broadcasted from the comfort of your home. My name is Zachary Hirsch.
And my name is Janae Goolsby. We bring you stories that are relevant to IUP in the Indiana community. Let's begin with local news. Unemployment rates in Indiana County are continuing to drop. In October, the rate was 2.8% lower than what it was in August. The local unemployment rate has fallen below the statewide unemployment rate average, which was up to 7.3% in October.
With the holiday season now upon us, Indiana is preparing to kick off its Wonderful Life Festival. Santa will be in his sleigh in IRMC Park this Saturday from noon to 5 p.m. and also Sunday from noon to 3 p.m. A select number of local businesses will also be taking part in Small Business Saturday, where with every purchase they will donate 10% to the local community. These holiday festivities will take place every Saturday and Sunday until December 20th.
Calling all fishermen. The Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission has announced that all fishing license, permits, and gift vouchers are offered at a discounted price this holiday season in order to promote enjoying the outdoors while still being socially distant. For the 2021 season, fish and license can be purchased online at www.fishandboat.com or by visiting one of the nearly 700 retail license issuing agents.
Pennsylvania Secretary of Health Dr. Rachel Levine is encouraging high school and middle school students to use a new app to help combat the rising number of COVID-19 in Pennsylvania schools. The PA COVID Alert app, which has surpassed 600,000 downloads, will now be available to notify high school and middle school students if they may have been exposed to someone carrying the novel coronavirus.
Attorney General William Barr stated Tuesday that the Justice Department has not found any evidence of widespread voter fraud that could change the outcome of the 2020 presidential election. Despite the President Trump's accusations that the mail-in ballots were a result of voter fraud, Barr has worked alongside the FBI to uncover the truth. U.S. attorneys across the country could pursue any substantial allegations of voting irregularities if they existed. However, Barr stated that they have not seen fraud on a scale that could have affected Joe Biden's election into the White House.
With Thanksgiving at an end, Americans are facing strict new coronavirus restrictions as the virus has worsened due to the holiday gatherings. Los Angeles County implemented a stay-at-home order for its 10 million residents the day after Thanksgiving. Silicon Valley banned high school, college, and professional sports and ordered people who traveled more than 150 miles outside the county to quarantine. Hospitals are overwhelmed with patients and hit a record high of 900,000 as of Sunday, pushing many medical institutions to their limits.
The European Union Drug Agency has released that they are looking at December 29th to release the COVID-19 vaccine. Authorities in the U.S. are aiming for a green light to release their vaccine before Christmas. Other professionals say getting a vaccine out before the end of 2020 is ambitions at best.
You should
probably cover your nose and mouth.
Who are you?
You're a pharmacist. Don't you know you should probably get your flu shot this year?
Why do I need to get a flu shot?
Well, did you know the flu infects almost 1 million people a year and may contribute to the death of over 60,000?
Wow, but isn't everyone wearing masks anyway?
Well, yes, but the CDC still recommends that everyone get a flu shot annually.
So where can I get a flu shot?
Well, you can get them for free at most pharmacies.
Okay, I'm gonna go get one.
I have one right here.
No, I'm afraid.
Many schools have made the decision to keep students at home after Thanksgiving break. With IUP being one of them, our reporter Kiara Washington spoke to a few students and parents about how they are dealing with this.
In the summer, colleges made the decision in which either students learned remote or if they were continuing with on-campus classes. The schools who have given the okay for students who return back to campus have also made it known that once Thanksgiving break comes around and finishes, students will remain at home for the remainder of the semester.
But how will this affect the lives of the people who already reside at home?
While it is exciting to have your kids back, it is also a risk since they have been exposed to other students on campus. Meet Miss Michelle. She is a mother of a student who resides on campus to do on-campus learning.
So I don't really have any concerns because they pretty much stay on top of everything. They're very strict, and if he's caught without his mask on, it's just instantly they scan his ID and he gets a warning. And think after you get 2 warnings, you get some sort of penalty.
Since school started at IUP, there are more cases every single week where a number of students have gotten tested positive for COVID-19. Meet Molly Cunningham. She is a student who also resides on campus and goes to IUP.
It concerns me because of the partying. It concerns a lot of people, but people don't care. A lot of students here are saying, I don't care if I get COVID. Let me just get it so then I'm good for 3 months. It's crazy. I think people are just over this COVID and they just feel like they're invincible, and that's not okay. I think people need to realize that this is a pandemic. People are getting sick. And what if you give it to someone that could really, be affected in a sense where they could die from it? You never know. And I think people need to realize this is serious.
It is not only an idea, but a heavy suggestion that students quarantine themselves 2 weeks before coming home, along with getting tested so that no one gets infected. This is IUP News, and I am Kiara Washington coming at you live.
While many people are locked at home, many have turned to passing the time with video games and with the streaming platform Twitch. People can actually make a career out of it. Our reporter, Colton Brooks, fills us in.
To some, video games might just be a hobby, just an extra way to pass the time. But that's not the case for some avid video gamers. Though many businesses were hit hard, the gaming industry has only seen a spike since the start of the pandemic. According to the Washington Post, big players like Microsoft, Nintendo, Twitch, and Activision have all thrived in the conditions created during the pandemic. Microsoft reported a 130% increase in multiplayer engagement across March and April, and Twitch, the most popular video game streaming platform, saw 1.49 billion gaming hours watched in the month of April. That's a 50% increase since March. For lifelong gamers like Braden Appleman, he saw this as an opportunity.
So I got into streaming I pretty much grew up in the era where YouTube was getting super big with gaming. I watched a lot of original big Call of Duty YouTubers. I originally wanted to get into YouTube until I figured out about Twitch, and then I spent a lot of time on Twitch. My favorite hobby is playing video games, admittedly. So being able to interact with people while I'm also doing one of my favorite pastimes, that's the main reason I got into streaming and why I continue to do it, and I want to make a career out of it, hopefully someday.
It may seem like easy cash, but it still takes a lot of hard work.
Since the pandemic started, I started treating it as a full-time job because that's how you grow on Twitch, is being active as much as possible. So every day at 5 p.m. Eastern time, I go live. It doesn't matter if friends want to hang out or something along those lines. I stick to the stream because I treat it as my full-time job. I do freelance work on the side to support me while I do grow on Twitch. But Twitch, as of right now, is the full-time job.
The rise in popularity has also led to much more debate in the tech industry over revenue created by streaming. A Google Stadia dev went to Twitter to express his opinion that streamers should pay an additional fee if they wish to stream and make money off of playing video games. Ian Wajdala, a student as well as a Twitch streamer, had this to say in response.
They bought the game. What are they paying for? They already bought the game. They don't need to pay for anything else.
Despite some detractors, the streaming industry shows no signs of going anywhere fast, as more and more people continue turning their hobby into a job. For IUP-TV News, this is Colton Brooks.
It's crazy how COVID-19 has changed how the workplace looks and operates. It's also crazy how job hunting has changed because of the pandemic. Our reporter Mackenzie Alker dives into those changes.
Finding a job for fresh graduates can be challenging, whether it is in education, media, or sports. So it is very surprising when Thomas Holodick heard that Herndon Middle School in Herndon, Virginia called him to teach.
I was absolutely elated for this job offer. I interviewed with Herndon Middle School on a Wednesday, and then I received the call 20 minutes later for this job offer. I had multiple applications out, and I was prospecting the areas of Virginia and Maryland heavily. So I was looking forward to a job down there, and Herndon was the right fit. I interviewed with them and had great responses, and I had a great time with the team. So I was absolutely elated to get a job in the midst of a global pandemic and, doing everything from home virtually.
Of course, Thomas had planned to make the students enjoy learning until he knew that he had to work from home.
Everything was given an uncertainty because of, the situation at hand. We really can't predict the future or the way COVID-19 plays out, but we were optimistic of a return to school. For the safety and well-being of our students, our superintendent, Dr. Scott Braybrand, decided to start with a virtual start. We had various trainings in place to give us a strong start online within this online presence, and teachers were well prepared for the start of school. So they shared with us that no matter what the circumstances are, we would be well prepared to start school, whether it be in an in-person setting or an online virtual setting.
While some other people were lucky to get a job as soon as they graduated, others are putting in application after application in hopes of getting a call back.
One of them did get back to me. I don't remember what it was for. It was before, it was probably around May though, and they did say that they're just not hiring because of everything going on and stuff. So that's the only one that's even gotten back to me, but there's job listings all around me, in Johnstown, and they it's been the same job listing for over 4 months now, and I don't even know if they're still even applying for that position, if they filled it and just didn't take it down. I don't know, but not many people have gotten back to me besides that one.
Unemployment has skyrocketed because of the pandemic. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the unemployment rate hasn't been this high since the Great Depression era. Hopefully one day Thomas will be able to teach in front of his students in the classroom. This is Mackenzie Ocker reporting for IUP-TV News.
COVID-19 has hurt many industries, but oddly enough, housing is not one of them. Our reporter Chandler Saylor tells us about how the housing market has been booming, and house hunting has changed.
Looking for a new home can be very confusing, but also rewarding. Home sales jumped by 43% in August and have continued to rise according to Census Bureau data. Heidi Schilling decided to move to a nicer house close by. For her, the process started by looking for a home online.
Do a lot of online search. That way you can look at the inside while you're, the videos or pictures that they have.
While online information is easy to find, she chose to ask someone she knew.
How I found the home that we're going to buy is through a friend. I don't know if that's something that people are successful with or not, but that's how we found the house we're buying.
One of the biggest challenges when looking for a new home is finding the right location.
Yeah, it was to get close to my son's school. Stay in the same school district. So he wouldn't have to, leave his friends.
In the past, finding a dream house may have been easy. However, COVID-19 added extra challenges.
So yeah, you couldn't get into any place to look at the inside. We did call about a house that we were surprised at the price, how low it was for such a huge house in a nice neighborhood. But we couldn't get in to see it. So all we had to go by is the pictures.
If you're lucky, you can find your dream home in the right school district and have a short commute time. There are many things to think about when looking for a new home. Applications, tricky locations, and the ever-present virus are all things you can expect while looking for a home right now. This has been Chandler Saylor reporting for IUP-TV News.
Well, that's all the news that we have for you this week. Don't forget to check out our Instagram and YouTube pages to catch up on the episodes you may have missed. My name is Zachary Hirsch.
And I'm Janae Goolsby. Stay safe out there, IUP, and we'll see you next week.